Hello everyone, my name is Juliana Gomez. I will be presenting FEEP 6, the Professional Responsibility and Ethical Conduct. So let's jump right in and I'll show you what I've learned. I hope we can learn together as well. The meaning and terms behind this FEEP is that the professional responsibility and the code of ethics is for us as educators to be held at a higher standard. As educators, we are influencing the younger generation so that we are held accountable for our actions, not just in the classroom, but outside of the classroom as well. We are our role models to our students. And so this code of ethics for us is sometimes it feels as if we're being controlled, but in the end of the day, it's making us even better. And so I've added the websites that talk about what the code of ethics is and that we should be abiding by and making sure that our relationships with our students are ethical and that our development of our principles are always in line with the codes of our school and also of the state of Florida, which is where we reside. And so this is effective for our teaching because our students, I believe, and I always say this, but it's monkey see, monkey do. As you perform in a higher standard, in a higher moral standard, your students will also walk into those footsteps. Because if we create um, pardon me, consistency within our own lives and within our jobs and within our teaching, our students will watch us and they will model exactly what we are doing and executing ourselves as well. And so I thought that was very important. The impact that it makes in our students, like I said, that it increases our students' performance because they see us work in a way that is true and is noble, and they would want to do the same thing. And it gives us credibility in our jobs as well. And so our students are impacted in their classroom as well, in their progress. The more that we are consistent with grades and we're more consistent with development, they will also increase in their classroom progress. This also enables them to build skills and abilities that is not taught within a lesson, but is taught with actions and experiences. And so it allows us to keep them accountable and also accountable in ourselves. And I also added the website of where I got this data and how I came up with these conclusions as well. And so for the instructor, student, and instruction, I've extracted parts of the FEEP's core of how it's unsatisfied or exponential or satisfied in this part of the FEEP's lesson, which is FEEP's 6. And so I just extracted 3 that I thought represented more of the instructor, the student, and the instruction, and that is a student for which a team maintains a database of current and missing assignments for the team. And so this is holding the student responsible for their data, but also us so that we can maintain and grow with them. And then the teacher finds and locates organizational devoted to literacy education, and her leadership has inspired teachers in community to work in several curriculum and instruction projects. And so this is when you are working for the greater good of the education and for the development of literacy, but also inspiring other people to do likewise. And so I thought that was, first of all, beautiful because I think inspiration of always doing good is such a wonderful thing, and God has called us to do that, not just within our spiritual life, but also our um, our job life and our ministry, which is where we work. And so, and then the last one is the math department looks forward for the weekly meetings, and their leader and the teachers is always seeking new instructional strategies and resources. And so this is leading up to the development so that they continue to help the students grow and develop as well. When I thought about synthesizing with the other FEEPs, I thought that FEEP 6 actually went into each and every category in a different way, because even if you think about it, in the learning environment, we are held responsible for how we create an environment for social skills and emotional environment and a physical environment. Like, the way that we present ourselves and the ways that we present our classroom is important for our students, and being truthful in our assessments and helping our students develop as well. And so in each category, FEEP 6 actually is within and woven into each one of them, because keeping a code of conduct isn't just one section, it's all of it. And so I thought it was very important for each and every category. And then some best practices, I also added the link of where I found these resources. And so it's being licensed professionals, that we are held into the standard of just keeping consistency and cohesiveness within our lives, within the school, and within our personal life. Because even though we are outside and we're not in our jobs when it's the weekend or whatever it is, or a holiday, our students, they are still watching us. They still have their eyes on us, and so we want to be credible from then on. And so I thought it was important to note in the last part that it is important to note that all incidents of misconduct may appear and violate the principal's professional conduct award discipline against the certification. And so it is very important to keep the code of conduct, because it can hurt your certification. And so we want to keep that in mind. I also added the link at the bottom, like I mentioned before. And then going towards the end of our time here, we have the biblical application. And for myself, I keep this Bible verse very near and dear to me, and I have it within my office in the classroom that I teach. And so it says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, and if there is any excellence, if there is any worth of praise, think about these things." So I think about this verse, and when I read it, I think of a structure that God was giving us, of whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just. And this is kind of like our code of conduct in our spiritual life, but it actually reflects in our personal life and whatever we are given by the Lord. And this is our ministry. If you are a teacher or an administrator or any part of the education system, this is also your ministry. And so we are able to have this code of conduct within our spiritual life, but also in our personal life. And so at the end, I have our resources that I use for the framework of what I've learned, some books, and the websites that I use to find the information. I am very thankful for this class. I've learned so much about how to develop and grow and stay accountable for my actions and my words as well, because it can be a rock to trip over, we say in Spanish. But it's a form of saying that we don't want to be someone else's just a rock to trip over, that they want to be able to grow or develop. And so we want to continue to grow and develop as a community. All right, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and many blessings.